Go the fuck outside. Go the fuck outside. Like, I should not have to wake up every day to a new shitstorm that demonstrates the lack of dialectical materialist knowledge of people in the West. Like, I should not have to wake up to shit like this. So, today's shitstorm was triggered by this, okay? Somebody took an innocuous video that Motaz, a Palestinian journalist, made, and I haven't even, like, I don't even know why people are pissed at Bissat. But, yeah. And people have been spending all day jumping down this man's throat for nothing. Finding out Motaz and Bissat are anti-black today. I can't wait to clock out. Well, first of all, like, these two people are not the faces of the Palestinian resistance. They're not, okay? They are people who have taught us a lot. They've documented a lot. They've gone through several layers of hell to educate us about what's happening to their people. So for that, they deserve respect. But like, let's just break this down a bit. Like, why are people calling Motaz anti-black? Okay, so the anger comes from this video.
هذه مساعدات أمينة ما
هذه الشعب السوداني أنا أسمر أني مصريين حبايبي وحياة ربي أنا مش سوداني أنا.
Okay, so this is what people have been arguing over, but there's actually an explanation by somebody who is actually Sudanese. Like, people have been, somebody even told me to X myself out. Somebody told me to redact myself over this shit. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You all claim to be combating anti-blackness by canceling this dude who has lived through hell. And then, like, here you are telling a fucking black person, a black revolutionary, to... I'm like, bro, y'all have no love for your own people. I've been called ugly. That's subjective, of course. I personally think I'm a, I don't know, maybe a 7, 8.5 out of 10, maybe. But, like, it's just the fucked upness over a minor political disagreement and errors in translation. Do the suit, and I do not endeavor how to tell Sudanese people how to feel, okay? I am not one to gaslight people's anger, okay? If you're offended by it, by all means, say your piece. But all of these Westerners are jumping in who really just are looking for drama or looking for shit, and it just fucking, it flabbergasts me. Like, I'm not a doomer. Okay, I'm not a doomer, but like, if this is how black people talk to each other and behave in public in front of the enemy, we're fucking cooked. We're through. So let's get some analysis.
Voice, but I think what's happening is there's a lot being lost in translation between what he was saying in Arabic and what he was saying in English. And in that statement, he didn't say, I'm not black. He's like, I'm not Sudani. He's like, Ana Asmar, I'm not Sudani. Asmar means I'm tanned. I am darker. This is the context in which they talk about, like, I am darker skinned. And it depends on context. It could mean black, and it could also mean darker skinned within the Arabs, like paler Arabs and darker Arabs. And so what he says, Ana Asmar. He says, I am dark-skinned. He's like, I'm not Sudani, I'm Palestinian. And then he's like, I love Sudan. And then he's like, this is not supposed to be. And this was a commentary on the fact of, when you watch a longer video and what's going on, he's making a commentary on, he's confused as to why Sudanese aid is coming through to Palestine.
Because Israel, of course, Israel is extremely crooked, but also Egypt is like the fucking mafia. Like, they're rerouting shit that's supposed to be in one place, they're sending it to another place, and it's just fucking fucked up. So instead of talking about that, people are jumping down black people's throats and other people's throats who are actually like trying to analyze and break this shit apart. Like come out of fucking grad school, people. Don't drop out of school. But like the world is not your fucking intro to sociology class. Like you would last a fucking day in a proletarian lunchroom or a working class fucking locker room.
And that's what the video is. And I think not understanding the language and then translating things literally does not help, because there's a whole lot of contextual language that's being used in between, and his confusion with that. I also have to say that I agree with the first video with Randoya, in which she's saying that, you shouldn't, a movement shouldn't have a face. I agree 100%, because a lot of times we get so caught up in the
I also agree 100%. Like, yeah, what these journalists have been doing is excellent. It's dope. But at the same time, like, they're human beings. They're human fucking beings. Act like this dude said the N-word for making an innocuous joke. And yes, is there anti-blackness in the Arab world? Yes, I would be an imbecile. I would be an imbecile, and I would be the worst African ever born if I said that there was no anti-blackness in the Arab world. But this is not that. Like, he acted like he just came out and just started saying, I mean, he didn't say that.
persona than the actual cause, and then you create gods out of people who are fallible, right? And so movements should definitely be cause pushed, and should be cause created, and should not be individuals. But this is a stretch for me. I think going for him is a stretch. It's a very Western racism kind of lens that's coming into something that is not. This is not it. There is problems, but this is not it. I don't think so.
So we actually have a Sudanese person saying this. And then, like, at the same time, like, you have to consider that there are diverging opinions. There are diverging opinions. Like, not everybody's going to agree with you. Just because somebody doesn't agree with you, that doesn't mean that you get to call them out of their fucking name. That's not how you do politics. Rest in power. Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed by 2 white men 4 years ago while jogging in Saltella Shores, Georgia, on this day in 2020. But yeah, like, these people are just so... I don't fucking... Well, I do get it. Like, I do get it. These people never leave their fucking college dorm rooms. They think the world is like their intro to sociology class. It's not going to work. You have to come down to the real world with real people every now and fucking then. I can see why Sudanese people would not take this kindly. It was certainly in bad taste. Can someone explain to me, though, like, how this is evidence of an ideological commitment to anti-blackness? It's just banter. I'm not going to jump down dude's throat for it. I hear banter every day. Quit trying to randomly cancel people for no reason. Y'all are too fucking sensitive. There's real fascists and shit running around. They marched in Nashville the other day. An indigenous queer person was literally beaten to death. Nex Benedict was beaten to death in a bathroom in Oklahoma at a high school. A Choctaw indigenous person named Nex Benedict. Where's the work for her? Y'all have plenty of smoke, plenty of time for stupid shit. Plenty of time for stupid shit, but nothing for shit that you could actually influence, impact, and control. Like, what do you all want from Matas? What do you want? The guy to stop doing journalism? You want him to stop educating us about what's going on in his neck of the woods? Do you want him to come out with the fucking sorry-ass apology or something like that? If I was him, I would say, fuck all y'all. Like, there's real problems. What have you done today to stop the genocide? That's the important thing. This guy spent 3 months in hell, and you, from the comfort of your Western dorm room, I'm trying to cancel a dude for making a goofy-ass joke. Like, y'all are real fucking bored. I can go to hell, actually. You go to hell. With gasoline fucking underpants. Do you have a nickname for your governor? It's Tater Tot in Mississippi. It's Meemaw in Alabama. Hot Wheels in Texas. And Big Gretch in Michigan. I call my governor fucking Augustus Mayhew because that's who he looks like. He literally looks like the mayor of Whoville from The Grinch. Like, this shit's just fucking meaningless. Like, who does this serve? Who does this serve? He said an insensitive thing. Yes, I will give you that. But what's the action? What do you want? Do we think that an endless cycle of pissing and moaning and whining about things is stopping the atrocities in either Palestine or Sudan? It's not. It's not feeding a single Palestinian. It's not feeding a single Sunni person. How do we build political power? How do we build political power so we can stop these atrocious acts from taking place? That's the primary question. canceling a Palestinian journalist on Twitter is not helping Sudan. The average Sudanese person on the ground don't even know what's going on Twitter. This hyper focus on individuals, it's liberalism. It's the death of any meaningful organization and solidarity. And then people have been saying, like, this is the wrong fucking translation. People need to stop spreading this shit. The joke is how the Egyptian aid meant for Sudan. Why would you put an asterisk on the U in Sudan? He then goes, oh, wrong brown people, wrong black people. And if this is true, which it is, then y'all are manufacturing controversy out of thin air, and it serves nobody but the Zionists. They profit from this confusion and chaos, I guarantee you. Today is Saturday. We're going to see Zionists all today, all tomorrow, making hay with this all weekend. Stop arguing and fighting in front of the enemy. Especially like Motaz, like they've been stalking this dude. They literally sent a quadcopter to his house. They kill people with those things. We have a literal professor. He's saying this is not a big deal. His joke is really that he should get the aid for Sudan because he's dark-skinned, literally more akin to tanned. He didn't say black, and he was not mocking or degrading anybody based on phenotype. Black is a different word, aswat. So, again, how is this anti-black? Calling me a raccoon, shorten that word, because I don't mindlessly jump on every Twitter bandwagon and actually investigate things before I take a hard position. It isn't the flex you think it is. It belies, it shows your own inability to think for yourself. You need other people. You need other people to think for you. And you need something to get uproariously outraged over every fucking day. I am a Marxist. I investigate things. I consider the big picture. Yes, there is anti-blackness in the Arab world. Nobody is denying this. The primary contradiction in the region right now, the main issue, is the Israeli genocide. There's also a genocide taking place in Sudan. I never denied this, which has been underreported. Again, nobody's denying it. When we say things, though, we need to consider whether or not these things serve the people in struggle and build unity between oppressed people, or whether they serve the enemies of the people. Y'all are working for the fucking enemy inadvertently. No, they're not paying you, but they should be. Zionists have been keen to recruit black people in the West as ideological, physical, and political cannon fodder, saying things like, Motaz is anti-black, Palestinians hate black people, etc., with little to no investigation and based on poor translations of lighthearted content. Objectively serves who? Who does it serve? Does it stop the genocide in Sudan? No. Does it put food in the mouths of the Sudanese people? No. Does it give them medicine? No. Things like this are picked up by Hasbara trolls and Zionist ideological workers and transformed into narratives, which are wrong, which are then broadcast to the public. Please be mindful and conscious of the things you say. They have consequences. Consequences get people hurt and killed. And there was a lynching. There was a lynching on February 22nd. 2 days ago. Trevante Helton was found hanging from a tree in High Shoal Falls in North Georgia. This is why I don't go anywhere without the pole. Hey. Deputies were called out around 2 p.m. to High Shoals Falls in the Swallow Creek Wildlife Management Area located near Indian Grave Gap Road near Hiawassee. The town's county sheriff's office posted about the incident on its Facebook page on Wednesday. It said deputies found a person hanging from a tree by a rope. Now, let's unpack this. Let's learn a little history, okay? Of all the ways to redact oneself, would a black person, given our history with trees and rope alike, choose to do that to ourselves? Go out in the middle of nowhere with a rope and no. Somebody lynched this dude. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation was asked to assist in the investigation. They identified the body on Thursday morning as 29-year-old Trevante Jamal Schubert Helton of Salte Nakuchi. The GBI says their preliminary investigation indicates the death was an isolated incident and Schubert Helton was by himself. An autopsy will be performed by the GBI's medical examiner. Because the GBI is so trustworthy, the same people that murdered Manuel Terán, also known as Toto Huita, are going to investigate this case and look at the body. High Shoals Falls is located about 80 miles northeast of Atlanta. So we've got literal fucking lynchings going on now. Literal fucking lynching. This is also a stupid thing. I don't know what it is with the KKE, the Greek Marxist Leninist Party, but they have been consistent ass like almost forever. The position of the KKE on civil marriage of same-sex couples and its impact on children's rights. Our party considers that parenthood is the relationship between a parent and child, which at the individual level reflects existing social relations. The KKE's position is based on the rights of the child, i.e., the child's social need to have bonds with both its mother and father. So what if the father is abusive? Are you going to force them to be around their abusive father? This need has an objective basis, the interrelated motherhood-fatherhood relation resulting from the complementary function of man and woman in the process of procreation. This is literal Republican shit. This is literal Republican shit. The first and main reason for the KKE's refusal to extend civil marriage to same-sex couples, which enshrines shared parental responsibility, is the commercialization of procreation and adoption. A second, equally important and related reason is that, in practice, the articles of the bill bypass the social right of a child to the motherhood-fatherhood relation as an evolving biosocial relationship. What the fuck are y'all talking about? What the fuck are y'all talking about? So, basically, this is the Republican Party of Greece. Again, you all type this long-ass pseudo-Marxist, pseudo-legalese bullshit for what? For what? For just say we are homophobic. Just say we are homophobic and leave it at that. This is why nobody supports you guys. This is why the anarchists are stronger in Greece than the fucking so-called Marxist-Leninists. It's been a long fucking busy day of stupidity. But ultimately, the only way to topple the structure and workings of global anti-blackness is to topple imperialism and capitalism globally. Am I saying that racism will immediately end when capitalism and imperialism are toppled? No. That's why we have cultural revolution. What does talking about it do, though? What does talking about it do? Look at us. Look at our pathetic state. Africa, the continent that by rights should be the richest in the world, is torn apart by civil war and imperialism. Foreigners enjoy the wealth that belongs to our people. The Europeans, the Americans, even the fucking Chinese. They're robbing and looting our continent, and all we do about it is talk on fucking Twitter. The diaspora, of which I'm a proud part, lives under hostile settler or European regimes that incarcerate us, enslave us, and shoot us dead in the streets. The only way to redeem ourselves from this disgrace and misery is through revolution. That should be every black person's focus. Not getting a bag, not engaging in stupid-ass grad school sociological discourse on Twitter. Revolution. If y'all spent as much time on revolution as y'all do on whining and crying and begging, we'd be far closer to liberation. And this is the kicker. This person, this Afro-pessimist, I guess, says that they will follow a Klan member before I follow a black leftist cis man, aka me. I'm a cis gay man. Y'all be ready to give up black people, mages specifically, as offerings and cannon fodder. So these people's brains are so warped and twisted and fucked up and riddled with postmodern trash. And no, I'm not using that in the fucking Jordan Peterson way. I'm using it like basically like your fields are valid. You can say whatever dumb shit. This person even has the audacity to have a watermelon in their name. You have the audacity to say that you will literally follow a Klan member, a person that literally wants to you before you follow another black person. Like, I mean, get serious, folks. Get serious. Like, do y'all want to win? Or do you want one day the last black person in the world to look upon their own grave. Cause this shit, this is the way to not win. This is a way to cook yourself, bro. So this person, Zay, who would like us to keep eyes on Sudan, I agree we should. Um, they triggered this discussion mainly. Oh, what's up, Nate? Um, so based on your cool investigative skills, you came up with the fact that we are Zionists. I never said that Sudani people are Zionists. Supporting the government that's aiding and training the genocidal militia that's currently terrorizing my people. Eat shit, dude. You were stupid as fuck. And again, you are freaking assuming that it's poor translation, motherfucker. Arabic is my native language. I'm a whole Afro-Varab. You have no idea of our experiences. Literally, shut the fuck up. So, okay, yeah, I'm not Sudanese. I'm not Sudanese. I've never been to Sudan. But at the same time, I can also do research, study, and formulate an opinion. This is it's reactionary empiricism. Like, I'm sorry, but just because you are from a place, that doesn't mean that everything you say is 100% correct. It doesn't. So, yeah. I mean, you gotta do some fucking dialectical materialism. That has to be the way that you look at the world. This shit, it ain't it. It ain't cutting it. And talking reckless to other black people, that's certainly not gonna help. It's certainly not gonna help. As a matter of fact, it's gonna make things worse. It's not gonna help. But again, I don't endeavor or venture to tell Sudanese people how to feel. But yeah, Z, the Kushite dictator, I love that name by the way, says that their last 2 cents on this matter. Personally, I find this comment very distasteful, uncalled for, and racist. You have the right to feel that way. You, Sudanese, are free to think however you want. As for others, I will not allow you to gaslight me like you always do with other black people. Again, like you have the right to feel however the fuck you want. But yeah, it's was it a good time? It wasn't a good time, man. But do I think that Motaz is anti-black? No, I don't. I'm not gonna lie, some of these tweets are giving me the energy of white conservatives on their pretend black people troll accounts. Like I said, these Hasbar trolls, they love this stuff. They love division between Palestinian people, between black people, because they know that when we get together, we can move mountains. And this disgusting thing, Sally hates capitalism, at hates capitalism. Let's see what they have to say. I can guarantee you that many BIPOC, black indigenous people of color, is this a black or indigenous person of color? Marxist Leninist, anti racist, anti imperialist, anti Zionist, and ethnically Jewish, pro LGBTQ, pro indigenous, intersectional feminist. Okay, so they are not a black or indigenous person of color, so why are they endeavoring to speak for black and indigenous people of color? Women and queer folks have lusted after Fred Hampton, Thomas Sankara, Che Guevara, and Fidel Castro, among many, many other communist revolutionary figures. Just because you personally don't get sexually aroused by leftist commie revolutionary types who fight for true liberation, that doesn't mean other people don't. We are human. We experience a whole range of human emotions every day. Horniness is one of them. Just be real about it. And honestly, keep it to yourself. Like, you do not have to broadcast every aspect of yourself online. And then you get mad when people make fun of you for it. Like, keep some things private. Like, you can call me a conservative, you can call me a prude, you can call me whatever. But, yeah. Yes, we might get sexually aroused sometimes, even while we are simultaneously fighting for liberation. Yes, even while we are actively fighting against the literal genocide. We don't have to pretend we aren't sexual because others are suffering a genocide. Trying to make ourselves suffer 24/7, somehow thinking that solidarity does not do anything to help people being genocided. I refuse to be shamed for being a human being who gets turned on sometimes by strong anti-fascists, anti-Zionists, Marxists and communists who fight strongly for liberation for all. We must be honest about this. We fight for everyone to have the freedom to be able to experience and express all of their normal human emotions too, such as joy and pleasure, including Palestinians. Why did you write this? Who is this for? You're just openly declaring that you're horny on the internet, okay? Unless you're ace, everybody gets horny, okay? Like it's a very common experience. It's the reason why we still have a human species. It's very important for procreation. Sex is also very fun. Yes, we all know this. But why would you I just don't get it. I've seen several white people talk like this. Like, bro, keep some things to yourself. And of course, they're getting roasted in the comments. Please never post anything ever again. To be horny is normal. To have sex is normal. To post this is not. Not gonna lie to you, Chief. You need to have your internet access revoked, and I'm not kidding. Please add alt text to be more inclusive of people dunking on you. Thanks. Delete this, white girl. We should all know less about each other.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Someone needs to take you outside and spray you with a hose. I assure you, it is not a revolutionary act to masturbate. And it goes on and on and on. Do we get sexually aroused while we are actively fighting a genocide? Oh, God. That person does need their internet. They're also in the same city as me. When did rest in power become a phrase that's used outside of black people? Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. I don't think white people should be using it for people like fucking Navalny and when Jimmy Carter finally kicks off. But he seems determined to outlive fucking me. But when he finally kicks off, you're going to have liberals say, rest in power. No, that's not what it's for. But I don't have a problem with other oppressed and colonized people using it. Like, I don't. You cannot stop people from using words. So this is newly released body cam footage. Oh, hello, Bisky. Newly released body cam footage showing an Owasso High School resource officer speaking with Next Benedict and their family at the hospital. It confirms that it was 3 girls who were bullying Next for over a month and that they beat her on the ground in the bathroom after they threw water on her.
Yes. I'm glad you're here.
So what happened today?
I got jumped.
Tell me about it. What happened?
They've been antagonizing.
She is no longer alive. She is no longer alive. These are her last recorded words.
You know the people that I got caught with?
You mean from the other day, the vaping situations?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were in this too.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's my glasses? Can't see anything.
Sorry. Okay, what I was told, they called me. I'll just start there. They called me, and well, I know all week long she's been in ISP, right? Doing great.
Okay.
And everything. We had a long talk. I mean, we've been doing awesome. And she told me, she said, Mom, she said these 3 girls there are just they won't leave me alone. They're making comments. They're calling us names.
So what did the school do? Like, what did the school do to help this girl? Like, she was literally beaten to fucking death.
They're throwing stuff at us, and this is an ISP. I'm like, well, who's over this place? I said, ignore it, Dabney. Get above it. Just ignore it.
Sure.
She did until she couldn't in the bathroom. And they said that there was 3 girls that were on top of her, just beating the crap out of her. And I said, okay, so what are we doing about this? Oh, well, in a couple of days we'll talk about it. I said, no, I'm not.
Oops.
Get above it. Just ignore it.
Sure.
She did until she couldn't in the bathroom. And they said that there was 3 girls that were, okay, so what are we doing about this? Oh, well, in a couple of days we'll talk about it. I said, no, I want something done.
Who said it in a couple of days?
The principal.
Okay.
Why are they saying that? I said, I think we need to have a police officer. It's assault. Because she never touched them. Okay. She never touched them. Now she did.
But based on your understanding.
Yeah. Now
okay.
she did. And everyone said it, she did throw some water at them because they, you know.
So let me, and I appreciate, Mom, you just said. So clear up the confusion. When this first started happening, whatever this is going, this banter back and forth between you and the other individuals, did you at any point contact any school administration, whether it be counselor, the teacher that sits in that classroom? Did you let any of them know at any point in time?
No.
Okay. And I'm just asking, there's no right or wrong, but why not?
Why are you grilling her? Go talk to the fucking bro.
I didn't really see the point in it. I told my mom though.
Sure. But you didn't tell the school where they.
Okay.
So let me whole situation, and I use the word loosely, but the bantering or whatever it is going back and forth between you guys. Obviously, you know each other. Obviously, you both
We don't know each other.
Well, you know of each other with the vape situations and all that.
No, before this we had no recollection. Before this ISP thing, we never saw each other. The freshmen were sophomore.
Okay.
We didn't know any.
Okay.
I don't know their names. I don't know.
Okay. So they just up and decided to just start messing with you. There was
because of the way that we dressed.
Okay, so you didn't do anything at all at any point in time that would have, even a couple days ago or even a month ago or anything like that?
I don't know these girls.
Okay, all right. So they just continued to pick on you and pick on you. Then at some point, you did what happened? They got up and confronted you in class, or did you say it was the bathroom or the hallway? Okay, the bathroom.
We were going to stack chairs, and after we stacked chairs, we went to the bathroom.
Yeah, they were non-binary and they used they them pronouns. So, yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, it's not uncommon for families to slip with pronouns.
And I was talking with my friends, they were talking with their friends, and we were laughing, and they had said something like, why do they laugh like that? And they were talking about us in front of us. And so I went up there and I poured water on them. Okay. And then all three of them came at me.
Yeah, there's several of these. And the whole
Thank
video.
You. That's exactly. Where did you get this water? Was it a cup you found? Was it your water bottle?
It's my
your daily water bottle you'd carry around.
It was a plastic water bottle.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you squirted them with water or threw water on whatever it was. Okay, then at that point, what happened?
They came at me. They grabbed on my hair.
Potato Salad God says she doesn't seem to be in a lot of pain. Well, doesn't seem to be in a lot of pain and are fully conscious. How did their condition deteriorate so fast? Internal bleeding. I thought from descriptions that she was comatose. This video was February 7th, so this was a couple weeks ago. So not gonna happen.
I grabbed onto them. I threw one of them into a paper towel dispenser, and then they got my legs out from under me and got me on the ground, started beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
And then my friends tried to jump in and help, but I'm not sure. I blacked out.
Give us a call.
So the police officer confirmed that the school did not follow procedure and notified police of the assault. The officer makes excuses for the school and then blames the mother for not calling while at the school, even though she called once they got to the hospital, hence this video. Cops are fucking useless. Cops are fucking useless, as are public schools.
So whether they just got, and I'm not making excuses for them, but I've seen it happen both ways. Either they,
yes, you are dum-dum.
Maybe they forgot. Maybe there was other things going on. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, they dropped the ball on this one of not notifying me right away.
I told them
so,
I wanted something done.
Sure.
I said, that is assault. She never laid her hands. Now, she did the water. That was wrong.
Well, and I'll explain the criminal side of that in just a second. Okay. But as far as the school goes, just for what it's worth,
police commit crimes.
I will speak to the school tomorrow. Not that it's going to make it any better, but I'm also going to gather all the information I can from all parties. Okay, so not only talking to you guys, but I am going to go talk to all the other parties tomorrow as well,
Yes.
and their guardians as well, and all that good stuff. Okay, but yes, typically they're supposed to, but they're human.
I know, but if I tell them, why wouldn't they do it?
I don't know. I can't account for
I was there,
that.
she
I don't know.
And they told me I had to
but
wait.
Also, Mom, and again, I'm not taking their side or anything. I'm just telling you, just parent to parent kind of thing, adult to adult. Nothing says that you can't pick up the phone either.
That's why I did.
But I mean, before even being here at the school, hey, 911. I'm at whatever school. I'm at the West Campus. I've asked the school to contact one of the school resource officers.
So yeah, Next died on February 8th. So yeah, let's see. It says around 2:50 p.m. on February 8th, Sue Benedict called 911 asking for medics for her 16-year-old. The affidavit states that the teenager was posturing and that their hands were curling, their eyes were rolling back, and they had shallow breathing. Sue Benedict described her daughter getting into a fight at school yesterday where she hit her head on the bathroom floor. Owasso medics initiated CPR on the teenager and took them to St. Francis Hospital around 3:20 p.m. on February 8th. So this was a day after this body cam footage was recorded, where she was later pronounced dead. Owasso police officers suspect foul play involved and need to initiate an in-depth investigation into the death of the decedent and believe any relevant public information held by Owasso Public Schools is necessary to do so. A search warrant also shows that on February 12th, 5 days after the fight, police took 137 photos of the school and girls' bathroom where it happened, 2 swabs from stains found in the bathroom, and records and documents of the student involved in the fight. On February 21st, the Owasso Police Department issued an update stating preliminary information from an autopsy report conducted by the State Medical Examiner's Office indicates that Next Benedict did not die as a result of trauma. So she hit her head on the floor. She had symptoms that appeared to be consistent with some type of seizure, and they're saying there was no, that she did not die as a result of trauma. What the fuck did she die as a result? Did they die? I'm sorry, as a result of?
They're not doing it.
Oh, wow, that means Next suffered brain bleeding. That means Next was dying in these very body cam videos and none of them realized. Yeah, the human body's a tricky thing. Like, I could be sitting here talking to you on stream and slump over dead because of I have an aneurysm or something like that. Like, yeah, death can come anytime. And human bodies are fucking weird. We don't even understand all of the workings of our brains. So, yeah, like Potato said, they're dying in this fucking video. It's surreal shit.
Manner, dispatch me one out. Then they get on my main side channel. Hey, Officer Thompson, come out just like right now. Officer Thompson, we've got a student with an altercation, a situation that happened at the West Campus sometime today. Can you go follow up now at the
Sus that medical neglect was in effect, or trans people rarely receive proper medical treatment. That is true.
ER? So that'll just get me to the high school that much quicker.
Okay.
For your preference. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so I should have went ahead and did it.
If the school does not want to call, you have every right as a guardian.
Okay.
I want a police officer. If the school's not going to do it, fine. You take the initiative. You pick up the phone, and you go ahead and call and say,
fuck this lazy ass pig and fuck that stupid ass school. Jesus, that's brutal. I know a guy who got punched by iron knuckles. He walked home in a daze and made a pizza before dying in his sleep. Jesus Christ. This guy needs a PBS show. This is Michael. You should know him. He's a librarian.
Thank you for raising me as a homeschool library kid.
Look at it. His voice is made for PBS.
This is a place where I've always felt safe, where I've always felt like I belong, where I've always felt like I've had friends. You gave me my first job as a library worker. You made me a librarian. I went from library kid to being in charge of the library where I grew up in. It has been the honor of my life. I have made some of my close.
Yeah, people have been like harassing the shit out of this guy for no reason. Like, that's why I keep saying, like, I'm not a hard ass, but I'm also like not like people. Why would you just be a dick to people on the internet for no reason? Like, what does that accomplish? Does that make you feel better about your mental illnesses or your shitty life? Like, why? Be kind. Be nice to people. Only be a dick when somebody's a dick to you.
In my 10 plus years as a Solano County
Like, how could you be mean to this guy? Like, how could you be a dick to this guy? He works at the fucking library. Why are you mad at the librarian? Why did you bully a librarian off the internet? What is wrong with you? Why? Like, I don't get it. And many of these people are so-called revolutionary leftists or abolitionists. So if you're an abolitionist or if you're a revolutionary, yeah, exactly. God help a man loves kids and wants to educate people. Someone said he has dark energy, meaning they notice you can see his mental health struggles in some of his videos on his face. That's fucking wild. What is wrong with you people? What do you mean, dark energy? This is the happiest fucking dude I've ever met. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be happy in the year 2024? What dark energy? You want to talk about a motherfucker with dark energy, you need to talk about Netanyahu or Biden or any of these other rebozos who run this country. These countries. This is the purest fucking dude.
Library worker. I love my friends. I cherish them. They mean everything to my heart, to my soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my last day at Solano County Library will be March 1st. I am leaving to prioritize my mental health, to work with my mental health check-in team. But I'm hoping to make you so very proud. I'm hoping to fight for literacy. There's so much going on across the nation, across the world, that are impacting libraries, and I want to support them as much as I'm able to, worldwide, nationwide, going before Congress, letting them know how much libraries need funding, deserve fundings. Funding libraries is funding the community, funding our togetherness, our unity, making us better people, starting as library kids and library grown-ups. To the library kids, to the library grown-ups, I'm so very sorry. I am going to miss you, but I'm still going to be around. I'm going to keep on visiting. You're in good hands. I love these library workers. They love you. They care about you. They are passionate about your library joy. I love library joy. I love book joy. I will always love Solano County Library. Thank you. Dear
Oh, bless his heart. He's so fucking sweet. Why would you bully a fucking librarian? And look at this stupid shit. Like, today must have been just fuck with BRG day. Look at this. In response to my discussion on Africa. This person, Hot Barbie Winter, a pro-like-minded black woman that wants to end femicide. I agree. And she is Ghanaian. She says, with the little power these Arabs have, they still make it their mission to terrorize Africans. Even while facing complete decimation, they still have the energy to mock Africans. Motaz was not mocking Africans. He was not mocking Africans. In what world do you think that them getting their freedom is going to benefit you, a black African? Okay, so it's weird. Like, I love my continent people, but y'all are weird. Like, on one hand, I'm a fucking American. I'm a fucking American, no better than the white people that live here. And then, on the other hand, when y'all want something, when y'all need something, then I'm a black African. I'm your African brother. Like, y'all can't have it both ways. Like, y'all can't fucking insult me. One of y'all even told me to redact myself earlier, and then you call me, bro. Yes, I am African. I am of African descent. But y'all was talking mad reckless today. Like, what's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you people? Just because I acknowledge that people outside of Africa exist, and we have, like, a common struggle, we have a common bond, and we have common enemies, I'm a Tom? Like, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all gotta get it together. Am I a fucking divester? No. No. But, like, y'all are being fucking dicks. Y'all are being fucking dicks. White boys describing their first trip to mainland China. I was on the veranda of a vast estate, a palazzo of some fantastic proportion. Ooh, big summary. This is what black people need to be doing. Instead of, like, looking for anti-blackness under the bed or under every fucking palm tree, this is what we need to be doing to our enemies. Al-Qassam brigades targeted a Merkava tank with Yasin 105 southwest of Al Zaytun neighborhood in Gaza. Targeted a group of IOF soldiers inside a house with anti-personnel rockets, resulting in casualties south of the same area. Al-Quds brigades ambushed and destroyed 2 Merkava tanks in a well-planned, engineered ambush on Street 8 in Al Zaytun. Shelled gatherings of IOF forces and their vehicles with mortar shells east of the central Gaza Strip. Shelled locations of IOF forces and their vehicles around Dala and Street 8, south of Gaza, with 60mm mortar shells. Targeted 2 military vehicles with RPGs in the western axis of Khan Yunis. Targeted a Merkava tank with RPGs in the central axis of Khan Yunis. Engaged with an IOF force inside a building, causing casualties between dead and wounded. West of Khan Yunis. Targeted a Merkava tank with the tandem rocket, resulting in casualties inside and the soldiers around it in the Absad al-Kabira area east of Khan Yunis. Targeted and detonated a Merkava tank with an explosive device in the Al-Amal neighborhood west of Khan Yunis. Al-Aqsa brigades have targeted a military vehicle with RPGs, targeted an IOF armored personnel carrier, targeted a Merkava tank, and shelled gatherings of IOF soldiers and military vehicles with 60mm regular mortar shells in the axis of El Zaytun neighborhood. The Mujahideen neighborhoods targeted an IOF force inside a building, engaged in fierce clashes with Israeli army vehicles and IOF soldiers using appropriate weapons on the axis of Khan Yunis City, sniped a member of IOF soldiers who were stationed atop their vehicles around Teba Towers, south of the Japanese neighborhood, and engaged in fierce clashes with IOF army vehicles and soldiers on the axis of the Al Zaytun neighborhood. Hezbollah launched 2 kamikaze drones targeting the headquarters of the Regional Council in Kiryat Shmona, confirming hitting their target. Targeted the Al-Malakiya site with 2 Burkhan Iram rockets. Targeted the Ruwaysat Al-Alam site in the occupied Shaba Farms with rockets. Targeted the radar site in the same location, and targeted the Al-Makilia site with rockets. And there were also rockets fired from Gaza towards settlements. This is what we need to be advancing towards. We need to be able to make these types of moves. Damn, I'm such a handsome fucking egghead. Need to work on that double chin, though. Yes, I acknowledge my flaws. This is an important thread from Fadon is Canon. Let me find the whole. Here we go. A lot of people are stating they are done with Bisan and Motaz because they are anti-black. And it's led me to a series of thoughts I've been having for a while. It's been weird to see how many of us in the US, in the West, have built these deeply problematic parasocial relationships with people like Bisan, documenting and living under genocide. We have created a celebrification of them whilst they live through their extermination. These are not your celebrities. They are not whichever fictions and idealized victim you have created in your psyche. Liking their tweets and Instagram posts has done little to add their extermination. This is what I keep saying. Like, you've developed these parasocial relationships with these people and you've done nothing to alleviate their suffering, yet you feel now that your non-Sudanese ass is qualified to comment? And, like, bro, it just shows how broken, like, the academy has broken so many middle-class black people's brains. It's ridiculous. You have no cause and no claim to moral superiority here. If the world is built on anti-blackness, it is not a video or a laugh or disagreement with Americentric visions of race that is the exemplar of anti-blackness. It is us, all of us, including black folks in the imperial core who have been conscripted, defended, and pacified by imperialism. It's those of us who see anti-blackness on the interpersonal level and have made microaggression the brand through which we level our claims of anti-blackness, all whilst ignoring the history of colonialism and ongoing imperialism and neocolonialism. It is us who act as the foot soldiers of empire, internalizing liberalism, excusing it, sitting on our phones liking posts of people being eradicated, only recently bothering to learn about the genocides that are ongoing on our continent. It is those of us who have, in the words of Comrade Too Black, allowed for the laundering of black rage. It is us academics viewing radicalism only through the liberal academy. It is our insistence on electoral politics, our iPhones, our sweatshop garments, the banality of our day-to-day lives. It is pretending that vicarious trauma gives us the leg to stand on for our claims of oppression, whilst kids are having their arms and legs blown off and others are enslaved. If anti-blackness is the charge, then it cannot be leveraged by those of us in the imperial core who have failed and continue to fail our kin. The reality is that whilst we have ancestral, somatic, and genealogical claims to anti-blackness, we are the empire's children now. We are cushioned by our passports. We have done little to further black liberation, to claim to the revolutionary tendency of blackness until we actively do something to end empire. Those oppressed in the neo-colonies and settler colonies, the black folk, the indigenous folk, Arab, Asian, and all others have more in common with each other. We are not the vanguard, they are. I used to say we diasporans live in the belly of the beast, but we're a part of it. The blame lies at our feet too. Those of us in the imperial core have no morality to stand on. If you require perfection from victims of genocide, then you were never seriously on the side of liberation. You were an op. You were always going to be one. You just needed an excuse. So, and this is a piss poor excuse, an innocuous video. An innocuous ass, like, what is this guy supposed to be? Like, miserable all the fucking time? Is he just supposed to go jump into the fucking Mediterranean Sea? Aswad means black. This guy said asmar, which is, like, it's brown. It's a darker shade, both black and non-black. It's used in songs, poetry, and everyday conversation. Very ugly behavior to make a 20-something-year-old Palestinian living through a genocide the face of global anti-blackness. Y'all want an apology? Your tax dollars are funding the extermination of his people, and still you think there's a world where you were the ones being victimized by Palestinians. Also yesterday was W.E.B. Du Bois' birthday. He was born in 1868. I've got a poll going. Was what Mataz said anti-black or anti-Sudanese? 41% say yes, 59% say no. Some people even take issue with the poll. Can you not? Fuck you for this. Oh, fuck you, buddy. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. People are just constantly looking for something to get up in arms about. Quit treating the world like fucking grad school. You are all useless. Without shame, watching us get killed one by one. Will wait my turn to be killed by Israel, and believe me, you are going to do nothing. I fucking wonder why he said that. W.E.B. Du Bois' last message. It is much more difficult in theory than actually to say the last goodbye to one's friends and loved ones, and to all the familiar things of this life. I am going to take a long, deep, and endless sleep. This is not a punishment, but a privilege to which I have looked forward for long years. I have loved my work, I have loved people and my play, but always I have been uplifted by the thought that what I have done well will live long and justify my life. That what I have done ill or never finished can now be handed on to others for endless days to be finished while I rest, and that peace will be my applause. One thing alone I charge you, live and believe in life. Always human beings will live and progress to greater, broader, and fuller life. The only possible death is to lose belief in this truth simply because this greater end comes slowly, just because time is long. Goodbye, signed, William Edward Burghardt Du Bois. I forgot his middle names for a bit. June 26, 1957. The above message to be given to the world was in a personal letter, sealed, given to me, and marked to be opened after my death. He died in Accra, Ghana on August 27th, 1963. And this is signed by Shirley Graham Du Bois, his comrade and partner. So, that's how I'm going to end this. But, seriously, y'all, today was It was not a. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. We got to do better as black people, as revolutionaries. Well, granted, the people that were telling me to off myself were not revolutionaries, because revolutionaries don't wish those things on other people. They don't insult other comrades. They engage with the errors and flaws of their comrades' ideologies. But no, not end. I mean, end the stream. I just got here. It's 1:03 in the morning. But yeah. What did you think I was going to do? Pull a fucking R-Bud wire? This is going to fucking off me faster than anything. But yeah. Do better, y'all. What I see, I don't want to see again, but I know I am. Why? Because it's the fucking internet. But regardless, adios.